says we're live. I'm going to refresh your YouTube.
I know. That's what I need to as well.
That was a nice photo that your mom took of us.
I know. I thought that was so sweet. I was like, oh, good. At least this is the first chance to use it, but I'll have to use it again.
Very cute. Okay, we're live on YouTube. I'm going to check your...
Yay. I just got the notification.
Okay, Inimitable Books. Twitch is live, and Kate's Twitch is live.
Yay.
So we're good. Yeah, look at that. Okay. All these people, I'm like learning what it's like to be you, Kate, by the number of chatters whenever you're here. Kate said you got 500 words today, but you want more.
Yes. Yeah, I have 500 so far, but I'd like to pick it up.
I want to write 500 words in my own novel, but I really need to look at my outline and figure out what I'm doing. And more importantly, I need to delete a ton of emails so that the Inimitable Books website and the email continues working.
Yeah.
Because those are important. I'm just popping everyone up on screen. But hi in general. Kate, if you want to say individual usernames, you can. But
yeah, I threw it in.
Regina's over on Twitch. Yeah, all the comments. Okay. Some people are in Europe and are saying how late it is. What were the 500 words in? Like which projects?
They were in For Your Entertainment.
Yay!
Yes, and I would like to get some more words in that one today too. I'm also figuring out the game mechanics and solidifying those. So that's what I'm working on today.
Did you listen to the tripod episode about Killer Dinner?
Okay, that's the one I started. I think I told you I started, and I still need to go back and finish watching it. I will say though, because I bought Second Try for that so that I could watch all of it. And I have now got my husband on board, and we watched so much Second Try.
I just watched all of Marissa's infertility series.
Yeah,
I watched that.
Really cool.
I binged it yesterday.
That was a great series.
And then I've watched some of the episodes of Call Them Mother. I watch, all the extra bonus rounds and stuff, Try Every Day. There was a Try Every Day episode that had gone live on YouTube that I watched, then just was going through the Second Try library and was like, oh, I'll just watch it again here, not expecting anything else. And then there was a whole extra story about Zach's grandmother that I wasn't alluded to of watch the extended cut on Second Try or anything. So this story just surprised me, especially because he's oh, Grammy Rhoda. And I'm I called my grandma Grammy. Is this because we're New York Jews or what? Because I've never heard other people call their grandmothers Grammy.
Grammy, yeah.
And it was just so interesting. But yeah, I love Second Try.
That's huge.
I'd also watched the New Orleans stuff on there first, and Drop in the City is really fun to watch. I think you and the husband would enjoy that.
Oh, we watched all of that already. Yes.
Yeah,
we've
done it.
Yeah, we just started the New Orleans season or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, I love the New Orleans ones. I think there's some of my favorite videos from them in a long time.
Oh, good. Yeah.
But anyway, whenever you mention Killer Dinner and your For Your Entertainment vlogs, from the cruise or just on your live streams, I'm yeah, I feel like you should do a watch party for your Patreon or something and reacting.
Yes, that'd be cute.
The reason I mentioned the tripod episode in particular is because they talk about this is how we designed the game.
Yep.
And since you're going through that now, I would be
yeah. Well, I've also been watching, because I love Dropout as well. And so why am I blanking on it right now? There's a whole series where it's just them playing board games. And so it's been really fun to go through all of the murder adjacent or detective cluey style games.
Yeah.
And really see, I'm like, okay, where are the similarities? Where can I make this work in a novel format versus an actual gameplay? And how can I, so I've been like binging all of that kind of content that I can get.
I wonder if there's like a comparison chart that already exists on the internet, or you might have to make one where it's like the rules for Clue, the rules for Werewolf, Mafia, Killer Dinner, and like what are the common denominators?
I think I'm going to have to do that because I want to write out the rules for this game just so that I know it for me for the next draft.
That could also be shared on social media. Be like, here are the rules.
Yeah, I'm like, and I think I'm going to draw out like the little train cars that they'll have because they're themed, and so I think it'll be fun.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to set up the first forest room. So for people who've only ever been to Kate live streams, hi, I probably know you from Kate's chat, but on Inimitable live streams and when I used to stream on my own channel before I started Inimitable Books, I used the Forest app. It was free, then they made you pay for it. Now they have a weird pricing structure that I'm very unclear on because I bought in very early because I used it for streaming and that counted as work and whatever. So if you have the app, great, you can use the Plant Together feature for us. If you don't have the app or don't want to use the app, no pressure. We will have a timer of my dog up on screen. It is a silent timer. Kate might be unmuted, so we hear her clicky clackies. I can't work without playing at least one video in the background, so I will be muted during the sprint. And yeah. Also, please note that while my dog is incredibly cute, she did pass away a month ago. So I cannot show her live unless I want to get really morbid and show you guys the pretty urn, but you know, that's still a little bit morbid. So, yeah. Trying to finish 2 chapters today. Awesome. I might need to like spin a wheel and figure out what I'm going to work on first because I was going to ask. I need to read a story, but that story is like super triggering and could be not great. I do have to write the newsletter for tomorrow, so I actually think that's going to be the first. Yeah. I told my ENT today, who's like known me since I was 2. He was like, oh no. And I was like, she was 14. And he's like, I thought she was 8. And I'm like, she acted like it for a very long time.
That's why, yeah, they stay that age in our heart. They're just so young and so little. Yeah.
But yeah, so I think I need to do the newsletter first because to not do that would be irresponsible.
There you go. Yeah.
And then after that, I might do some emails just so that the notification will drop down instead of being like, you're at 98% full and go back down to like, you're at 96% full. And I'll be like, this weekend, I will spend hours just cleaning out old emails.
I need to do the same, honestly. I need to do like a whole computer declutter. So
yeah, so the thing is that like my personal emails through Proton Mail, and like I know the storage I have, and like yeah, I need to unsubscribe from spam, but like I'm pretty good at staying on top of it that it's not crazy. My the Inimitable Books email, my personal author email is through Gmail right now, even though like I don't love that because we all know they're scraping stuff for AI, and I'm like I just don't have the bandwidth right now to switch over to Proton Mail for that. And then the Inimitable Books email is the old email, the old URL. The old URL redirects to the new one, so that's fine. And I totally forgot that I'd paid for an email inbox with the old one, but it uses the same disk space as the website and the current email. And I had changed a bunch of things from the old email to the new email. So now I'm like, I have to go and check those two things. And so that's really, I think that might be the second sprint, third and fourth TBD. But yeah.
Okay. I feel like you got a good setup.
It's like, watch, I'll say I'll do one thing. The newsletter has to get done. So if I don't do that, we're not going to have the tomatoes in chat for a timer not working. But you can throw tomatoes at me in the chat if I don't.
Okay, I was going to say I need like a bell. Well, shame.
Yeah, because this needs to get done. And then I'll probably say tomatoes in chat also if I don't do the emails by the end of the second sprint.
Valid, yes.
So you're going to work on For Your Entertainment. There is a playlist. If people haven't seen that, I think the playlist is hosted on the Inimitable Books YouTube channel, but it's all Kate videos, just in order. And there's also a Thanks for Watching playlist where I'd gone through all of Kate's old videos and was like, does she mention Under the Influence or Thanks for Watching? Great, it's included. Even if you're like in the video, you're like, oh, I finished Under the Influence and now I'm working on this other book.
Like it doesn't matter
in the playlist.
mentioned.
Also, if someone in your chat, Kate, would like to go through and grab every single instance of Kate saying thanks for watching or thank you so much for watching from all of her past videos and stitch it together, like that would be amazing.
Yeah, I need to do that too. And then I have one where I have it from like famous other people saying it. So I've been slowly getting a collection going.
Yeah. Okay. People are saying what they're working on. I think we'll probably just read what people did at the end of the sprint, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just so we can start going. Dina and Miss Lucy Jane are talking about ADHD and always needing sound in the background. Yeah, except there are days when is there a fly in the apartment? Of course there is. Where camera on went in.
I know, it said Zoom.
Where sometimes I then get too overstimulated and it might have been hours with sound in the background. And then suddenly I'm like, I need no sound, silence. But okay, let me share the first forest room because I did that whole spiel and then never set it up for y'all. Honestly, I think some of the best things I've picked up from AuthorTube and just meeting people from other parts of the country online is that I now use y'all unironically because it's such a good word.
It is the perfect word. All inclusive.
Yeah, it's just perfect. Okay, you pick the cat tree first because it's only 25 minutes. We just get the cat head, but it's still really cute.
That is adorable.
You can tell the creators of the Forest app like cats more than dogs, though, because they came out with the cat tree like way before the dog tree. But they have a dog tree as well.
That's so funny.
So forest room code for people who know how to enter the room. You enter the code. For people who have the app but don't know how this works, you tap the icons at the top of the screen. You make sure you're in the timer, not the stopwatch. You turn off deep focus mode so that if you get a phone call that you have to answer or you're like, oh, shoot, I need to open my camera app, you don't kill the tree for everyone because you're going to be turning on Plant Together and clicking the join button that appears. So, and at the end of each sprint, you click the arrow in the top left corner to leave the previous forest room to enter the next one. So 3, Foxtrot, Juliet, Alpha, Mike, Romeo, Quebec, Sierra, Golf. It's going to be up on screen in just a moment.
This is going to be so silly, but I do a crossword every day, and one of the clues today was asking about alpha was the answer, but it was like, as in you're saying it, but I always thought that was spelled like alpha, like ALPHA, whereas the clue was ALFA, and I was like, am I wrong? Is that
no? You're right. In the military phonetic alphabet.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, it annoys me. I'm like, why don't you just call it alpha with the PH when that's already a word?
Yeah. Anyways, so I learned something new today.
Yeah. What also bugs me is that there's the fly again. Is that like some are names and some are things, and I'm like, there are enough words in the English language to just done.
Right.
Also, they have Romeo and Juliet, but Juliet is spelled with a T, like two T's. Sorry, obviously it's spelled with a T, but they spell it with two T's. I'm like, why don't you just spell it like Shakespeare did so that it matches Romeo?
Right. How interesting. I want to talk to the person that did this.
They're probably dead.
I know. I'm gonna have to research this.
You're
Like
gonna
this,
get a
I could.
Ouija board just to be like, what up?
Yeah. Imagine that would be so funny. Just a whole like episode of a TV show and people using a Ouija board to talk to people just because they're mad about the dumbest stuff.
Well, like naming certain animals, certain things, and like you find out that they're just like, oh, we just named it that because we thought it was funny. And it's like,
Yeah. Or no relation to the thing that it took the name from, and you're like, these aren't the same animal. Yeah.
it happens. Etymology is weird. Do we shoot the shit until the 20-minute mark, or do we just start now?
We can do it however you like best.
I mean, we're not doing the chaos of rolling, but I feel like starting on non 5-minute marks is like a little bit of chaos.
True.
It's just like a little teeny tiny bit.
Yeah, a smidge of chaos.
Okay, add the timer. It would help if I had set that up in advance. I have the Riley timer ready to go. Okay, I hate the coloring on this. Premiere Pro really messed me up when I did this, but I don't feel like taking it down and redoing it.
Oh,
So.
I like the color.
The white balance got thrown off.
Yeah.
But in 3, 2, 1, happy productivity, everyone. As I said, I will be muted. Kate will decide if she decides to mute.
Yeah. Hello, friends. We are still sprinting. I think Zara's Wi-Fi went out. We have 11 minutes or 10 minutes. So if you want to keep writing for 10 minutes, and then I'll figure out something. Keep going. Sorry.
Yeah. And now it's so hard to understand. I think it's going to be I'll go back.
That is time. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, okay.
StreamYard always does this. If someone gets kicked, I gotta redo all the scenes.
That's so funny. I was like, oh no, she's gone again.
No. Okay, how'd you do? I scheduled. The newsletter goes out tomorrow. So no tomatoes in chat for me.
Yay, good. I'm now up to 754 words. I realized I need to ask my brother. I texted him to see if I could have a chat with him later since he's soon to be a physician's assistant, a PA. He's in school still. But I'm like, he is my go-to resource for
How to kill
verifying. Yeah, verifying that what I want to do to a character.
How to kill fictional people. How to kill fictional people.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm like, I want to do something a little tricky, but I need to make sure that this could technically work. You know what I mean? So
I can't wait to find out what you're talking about.
I know. Oh, wow. Regina got 2 more chapters summarized.
Nice.
That's awesome. Becca did some beta reading. Dang, look at you guys go. 596, 250. Heck yes. That's awesome. 668. Oh my God, 3,400 to go. I think I'm aiming for 2 more scenes in this chapter. 368. Oh, Joe had leftover a burger patty. Oh, I love a Loco Moco. Oh my God.
I don't know what that is.
I had it for the first time, I think, when I was in Hawaii. It is like a Hawaiian food, but it's kind of like rice, burger-esque, burger meat, and then like an egg on top. And there's this like special kind of gravy sort of thing on it. It was really good.
I didn't know. Oh, okay. For a second, I thought you were saying Last Night in Soho was a book. And I was like, I knew it was a movie. I didn't know it was based on a book.
Ooh, a screenplay. How fun.
The way that they filmed a certain scene is very fun. But people will wrongly say, like, oh, there were no cuts in it. And it's like, no, there are cuts. It's just they filmed something practically that more or less was continuous. But certain times they did make a cut because you just had to. But it was very cool. And I actually first watched it because Jessie May Lee is like a very small character in it. And Jessie May Lee was the star of Shadow and Bone, and I had met them, and I was like, oh, I'll watch that. They're also in a show called The Season that I need to watch.
Ooh.
And it's like a revenge story, and it's like Crazy Rich Asians meets the TV show Revenge, which my mom was obsessed with. My mom was obsessed with this show.
I loved Revenge at the time. I mean, I don't think I ever finished it because at a certain point they just like kept stretching it out. But I do remember thinking, you said it was called The Season?
Yeah.
Oh,
like in Asia, you watch it on one platform, and then I think in the US you watch it on Hulu.
Okay, I think I might have added that to my watch list.
Yeah, it's like Viu or View, VIU is where it normally is streaming, but you can watch it. I think it's Hulu. Yeah. And then they just shared something else that they're in, but I already forgot. So I'm going to have to look back at their Instagram stories or something and see that. But it's fun to see them do other things because I feel like it was fantasy, but then, you know, on stage they had done All About Eve before that. And then, you know, The Season's basically like a thriller. And then Last Night in Soho was also a thriller, but their character was very much not in that part of the story. So it's fun to see. an actor you like do different things.
Yeah.
Speaking of actors doing different things, Andrew Scott and Brendan Fraser in Pressure. Such an amazing movie. It is no longer in theaters. My mom and I caught it on July 4th, and then past weekend it was no longer in theaters for us. So we bought it on iTunes and watched it. And if you watch the iTunes extras, there are 2 extras. There's one about like, oh, this is how we cast everyone. And then the second one was like, and this is how we made it like authentic to the world of, you know, while we were still fighting World War II. And it ends with this guy being interviewed so the movie's about this meteorologist named James Stagg.
Okay.
The extra ends with this guy being interviewed whose name is Jamie Stagg. And I'm like, turns out it's the guy's grandson. He's an archivist. He accepted the job without reading the details. So then the director is like, oh, do you know what this film is about? I was like, no. Oh, World War II, planning D-Day. Okay. And meteorologist, you might not know him. Oh, James Stagg. Oh, you know him. Yeah, he's my grandfather. And I'm like,
crazy.
You can't make that up.
Oh, that's so lovely, though. How fun.
So the family gave their full support for the movie, which is...
Oh, I love that. Also, Becca said Revenge was such a good adaptation of Count on Monte Cristo. I did not realize. Maybe because Jess and I can literally never finish reading Count on Monte Cristo. But
it was a good adaptation, of Count on Monte Cristo. But it was so funny because the first time I said it to my mom, she's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, it's like there. And she's like, oh, I wasn't thinking about that.
Yeah. Oh, fascinating.
I think you should do a Cooking with Classics for Murder on the Orient Express for the lead up to For Your Entertainment.
I should. You're so right.
I know that the algorithm doesn't like your Cooking with Classics as much, but I love them. I know you said it was a pain in the butt in a very old vlog about how it's a pain in the butt to get that footage to do them, but I think it would be a very good idea.
No, I love that. And you know what? I'm in my kill the algorithm era because I'm like at this point because I was like I'm 10 years in. I'm just gonna go back to having like the most ridiculous fun with it. And if other people don't love it, that's okay. It's I think it's one of those where it's like there's some people who love Cooking with Classics so much. The algorithm doesn't like it, but for those people,
I love them.
I'm like, that's the same thing. I will have to. I think you're right.
What would you make? Like, is there a meal that they describe? There must be a meal that they describe.
That's what I try and find inspiration. If I can't find it within the text, sometimes I'll do it with Justin's favorite lore is that I've never cooked anything on Cooking with Classics. It's always baking. Yeah, I'll have to see if they describe something, and if not, maybe I'll go and look at adaptations and see if they feature anything specific.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many adaptations of it.
I know, so that's, in theory, one of them should surely have like a food as a center point at some point.
I feel like it's probably going to be the Kenneth Branagh version would probably be the one that cared most about that, is my guess. But
yeah.
Okay, in 2016, there was an article from Condé Nast Traveler where it says you can dine on the original Orient Express.
Oh my god,
that was in 2016. I don't know if it's still. I'm going to send you this link, but what it starts with, and I'm not paying for the article to read the whole thing, so sorry, is far from a fictional figment, the legendary long-distance train, which discontinued its Paris to Istanbul service in 1977, has been brought back to life and is resurrecting the glory days of travel for a limited time this summer, meaning 2016, to coincide with the Cannes Film Festival.
This is so interesting because when I was originally doing research for this idea, there was a train car that they had from Cannes, or to Cannes from London, I think, where they started it just, it was one continuous thing, no stops, and it was one of the longest routes with anyways, I was trying to do a lot of research on how I could figure out where I wanted to place this. So it's
And then
funny
you did your Alaska thing and it
and then I did
clicked.
Alaska and I was like, well, duh, it worked too well.
I'm so excited.
Oh, Jess says there's a Chateau Diary episode where they filmed them taking the train and she filmed a lot of their meals. See, that's Chateau Diaries. She does it again.
Of all the places you can find.
Oh, boiled fish does sound.
It doesn't sound worse to me than pickled herring because it could be a fish that I like.
Okay, there you go. Boiled is such an interesting.
I don't know. I think I would rather take boiled over like a preparation that I know I actively don't like, but boiled can be bad as well. We don't have a specific timer for breaks because Kate and I can sometimes get chatty, but I will share the next forest room because
yes,
that's good a reminder as any that we should also
get the writing. Yes.
Or for me, deleting emails. Woo! Oh my God. The good news is that after this year, I'm no longer paying for the second email. So that'll be like, you're lost in the ether, but
yep.
But it's like, you weren't important enough to give the new email. So like,
so.
I literally wrote down what your next pick was. And I'm like, where is it? It's right here in front of my face. I'm fine. I didn't eat today until like 1 p.m.
So your body's just
my body's like, you haven't eaten at all. And I'm like, but I did. I ate an amazing amount of guacamole at a restaurant.
Oh.
I'm like having other stuff. And it's like, no, you didn't eat before noon. So you've had no food.
My body does that too. Yeah. When it gets off schedule, it's like.
But the thing is that this is my normal Monday schedule because I don't like to eat before I do Pilates because otherwise I feel heavy and like,
yeah.
Can I do downward dog or downward dog equivalent in Pilates without a bad thing happening?
Right. Yep.
And so like this, my body should be used to this on Mondays, but I think because it was really hot today, it's like, Okay. Jess said, oop, I lied. It was the Royal Scotsman. Fire me. Well, this is why you are Kate's CP and not her research assistant.
Wow. Oh my God. Wait, but then do I need to take this Royal Scotsman? Jessica.
I think to tax my internet less, I'm going to watch my background video like on my phone on cellular and hope that does the trick. But I might ask you to do the comment and pin the time again, just in case.
Yeah, smart. No, I like that.
Okay, forest room code is up. People are in. Not as many as last time, but that's okay. I am going to start at the top of the next minute. So like 15 seconds from where I'm sitting.
Perfect.
I should get us added to the screen and the timer. This was the old timer. That wasn't Riley, but Riley's cuter. So 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. Wish me luck on deleting these emails.
Yay. Oh, I'm back again. It's me.
Okay, I think not having the other computer on the internet helped.
Did it? Okay.
Mom came home and is going to be streaming something. So here's hoping my internet's okay.
Fingers crossed. Yes. I believe.
I didn't check the storage that this email app told me when I started doing stuff, but it was like 9 point something, and now I'm down to 8.868 gigabytes
Okay.
of the old email address, because I know that there's more I can delete from that than necessary the new email. So I'm just like trying to go through, and I've sorted it by like, largest emails, and just going through that. And then after that, the admin assistant that I had briefly had made folders for all of these people who used to like email me regularly, even if they were just subscriptions and weren't actually people I was emailing. So then I'll go through those next, but that's like far down the line.
I love that you have a game plan though.
There's so much. But it's funny because I'm like, oh, I don't need all these emails about this book that's already been published.
Yeah.
Like I already have the first draft on my computer, so I don't need like the email where we were just talking, like writing about the chapter.
Yeah.
Or people that I no longer work with, where I'm like, yeah, I don't need.
You certainly don't. No.
I'm like, our working relationship has ended. I don't need this email anymore.
No.
So that's easy. But there's a lot, even with that being said.
Yes. I added, I think, a good amount that I've deciphered without my brother. So I'm just waiting on him for the key thing. And then I decided to look up a lot of the games that I want to get a group together to play, so that I can, because some of these games, like murder mystery games, I've played before, but some of them I want to attempt. And then there are companies that put on like murder mystery parties or sell murder mystery parties like already all together that you can buy and host your own. And so I think I'm just going to buy one and then I can review it. Like they have really highly rated ones. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And then, so I'll just see how they did their mechanics. And I think it'll be fun. So, and then if I convince people to play the games with me, maybe I can make them rank them with me later.
I mean, if you could do it over the internet, I'll play with you. If it has to be in person, I unfortunately will not be flying.
I know. Yeah. I was like, I wish I could, but some of them I think require like the board and pieces. But hey, if I find one that we can do online, we'll do it. Oh my God. Joe said that she did one of the guided murder mystery parties for a work thing and they made her sing. Oh my God.
Oh, here.
Horrifying.
They made me sing.
I say that. Joe, I feel like we've talked about this, but I'm sure you have a beautiful voice. So
I mean, that would be terrifying to me depending on what song it was. Other ones I'd be like, is this gonna be good? No, but like, is it horrible? Also no.
See, that's like a sweet spot. I think for me, I would you don't watch Love Island, do you, Zara? For the people who watch Love Island.
Yeah, I don't. I'm sorry. I didn't get into it when it was first around, and at this point I feel like there would be so much to catch up on, and I just don't.
It's totally fair. Yeah, that's what they this season for the first time they did a couples karaoke thing, and it was so funny, and it made me feel better because only like one of them could sing.
Okay, she volunteered to sing.
And that makes sense. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. And Philip, exactly. Like, but that sounds fun. I remember one of my favorite escape rooms I've ever done was actually up in Toronto. Ooh. And it was when, Zara, I went on that writing retreat that Jessie hosted.
Yeah, one of the writers.
Yes, and we did an escape room in this castle, and they had actors that played parts and interacted with us, and that was so fun. Like, if I somehow find myself in Toronto again, I want to go back to it. Yes, Becca, thank you. The karaoke was dreadful, but that's what it was so funny.
I mean, this is cringe to me. Unless it were a gossip, like I don't know. Like if it was a show, who is it? Katya and the two drag queens who react to stuff on Netflix.
Yes, I love them.
You know, when they're like, oh, like we're getting into it or something, or they use terms like that, I'm like, cool, love it, whatever. But if it was like a show that wasn't just reacting, like if there was any actual structure to a show and they said spill the tea, I'd be like, you're like, no.
It doesn't feel like a corporation getting in on like internet.
Yeah, I'm like, no. Whereas I feel like Netflix, when they have those two like reacting, they're like, here's a camera, here's a play button.
Go.
Yeah.
Be yourself, be funny. Yeah.
You know, and then we'll bleep you when we have to, you know, but they're like, you know, just have at it. It feels not controlled. Oh, 1940s theme. Did you sing When He's Dead and Gone? Or whatever that song is called? When That Man Is Dead and Gone? The one
they asked and all looked at me. That's how you know you're a good singer. All heads just turn to you. They're like, well, obviously you'll do it. Like
there was an interview that Reese Witherspoon gave forever ago before she was like became pro AI or whatever. And I think it was Graham Norton or something. And she was talking about how she had been called for jury duty. And everyone voted her to be the jury foreman. And she was like, why? And they're like, because you're good at this. She's like, I played Elle Woods. Like, I learned lines.
Yeah, that's fair. But I will say that if I was in that jury, I feel like just for the hell of it, I would vote her too. I'd be like, this is like,
I mean, I would vote for her because she's an actress and therefore is used to like for
speaking,
performing or speaking to like.
But the logic of being like,
people,
obviously,
but the logic of you're good at law because she played a character who was learning law. Like, man. I'm like, this is an actor. It's not even an actor who does happen to have a major or a PhD in something and then play it, you know?
Yeah. Wow. Ravenwood Castle that Jess just sent.
I was drinking water during the break, Gwenna. I finished one water bottle and I actually have another. But
Smart.
Thank you for the call out.
Yeah, sip left, so I need to refill.
No, I mean she was the jury foreman for that, and she didn't say what the outcome was or what the thing was, but one of the scenes that I thought was so funny in Wednesday season 1, which is a show that I really thought I'd go back and rewatch multiple times, but after season 2, I've like felt no desire to like rewatch any of it, which is so strange. Is when someone makes Wednesday watch Legally Blonde. And because it's so opposite to her sensibility, to her it's a horror film.
Oh my gosh. I also thought I was going to rewatch it. I do need to rewatch it because I still haven't seen the second season.
But Becca liked the second season better. I liked the second season less.
Okay. And you know what? I think my parents actually have watched both seasons. My parents really liked it.
I mean, I still liked the second season. I just liked it less. The pacing was different in my opinion. And it was less up my alley. Not that the events themselves were.
It was literally just the pacing for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Several castles in the UK that
Sarah
offer
Bareilles. I'm sorry. I know you said castle, but I saw Sarah Bareilles first.
Oh, I love Sarah Bareilles. No, I love that.
I saw 2 concerts of hers. I was supposed to see a concert of hers in between, but I had a migraine that day. But it was actually for my favorite album of hers. So I'm really pissed. I'm still pissed that I missed that concert, the Blessed Unrest concert. But I did get to see her talk with the New York Times bestselling author of The Interestings, Michael Arden. I'm blank. Mary. I need to read the book. It sounds really interesting. Meg Wolitzer, not Mary. Meg Wolitzer. It's being turned into a musical that's being directed by Tony Award winner director Michael Arden, who had also played Quasimodo in the musical of Hunchback of Notre Dame based on the movie. So he's like a really good singing voice, but he directed the Lost Boys musical. He directed something else that just won a Tony. So like he's amazing. And then Sarah Bareilles, but there was a question from the Q&A, and she just like, and she was singing throughout the thing as well, but she just like got up from her seat and laid down, and she's like, did we take mushrooms? And Michael Arden had been like, I don't think I've slept in 72 hours. So they were like just riffing off each other and regularly being like, am I making sense? I don't know that I'm making sense. And they're like, you're making sense, but it might be because we're all sleep deprived and have been working together for like over a year at this point that I can understand you. So sorry to the audience if you can't understand us.
Right. You can't communicate telepathically with us.
But it was fun. Ooh, D&D weekend. So this is what you were reacting to.
I was, but to be fair, I do love Sarah Bareilles, so it was another great. I know that my friend Wallace, another author tuber, I know that she has done a D&D in a castle before, which is very cool.
There's the only castle I've ever visited is the one that's in Central Park.
Oh, okay. I have. That is a pretty castle, though. I've been to Neuschwanstein in Germany. That one's really cool. I enjoy a castle. Yes, Joe.
If I became a gazillionaire, I would rent a castle whenever I wanted that vibe.
I think that's the way to go about it too. If I
but I would not build a castle because like the management of that.
See, that's what I'm thinking.
I don't want that.
Like a beach house or like a mountain house. I think I just want to get the nicest thing I could rent for a month, you know, and then do it that way. I don't know that I want to deal with the upkeep. And I guess if you have a gazillion dollars, you could pay someone to deal with the upkeep. But I think in my head, I would be worried that someone, like, what do you do with the house when you're not in it?
I would have
even
if I had a gazillion dollars, I would still be like, I don't want to be paying for something that I don't want to be paying for.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's how you would stay a gazillion.
Gwyneth was really dark humor.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Bloodberry's gonna message you the name of the company.
Yes. Joe, I need to go to Edinburgh. I need to. I'm trying to convince my brother and sister-in-law, I think I mentioned, want to go on. They want to go to Europe for the first time for their 1-year anniversary. And I was like, we're turning it all into a family trip because they said that's what they wanted. And so I am the planner of the family.
Yeah, you said that you're the planner, so they're just going to have to deal with whatever you've planned.
That's what I'm hoping. But like, I don't want to, you know, fully take over. I just want to casually take over.
I want to go to Scotland. I want to go to Ireland. I want to go back to France and see more than just Paris.
Yes.
I would also want to see more of Paris because my mom and I stayed on my cousin's like favorite street, which I can't remember the name of. And I tried Googling it like within the past month, by like trying to remember the name of the hotel or the name of the restaurant, and like could not do it. So my mom could maybe go through like years and years of emails and find it. But wherever we stayed, it was very pretty. It was very non-touristy because my cousin was fluent in French, fluent in Spanish, fluent in Portuguese, learning Italian. She was a language teacher. But she like would go to Argentina. They assumed she was a native, and she would be in Paris, and they assumed she was a native because of her accent and stuff. And when my mom was like, oh, like, I think for spring break, the year that my mom and I went, she was like, oh, I'm going to take like Zara to Paris. Like, where do we stay? And she was like, you do not stay in the touristy traps. You do not do that. You go here. It'll be lovely, blah, blah, blah. You know, we ate at a restaurant that we could see the Eiffel Tower, but we did not, you know, deal with the crowds and everything. And it was really lovely, but it also rained like heavily, like the 3 days we were there.
Okay.
We were there for 3 days, and then we were going to London for the rest of my birthday trip that year. And I think it was like 8 days total or something of us. So I'd love to go back to Paris, but also every time I hear someone say that they've been to France and they describe like France, not Paris, I'm like, oh, that sounds lovely too.
Yes. Oh, did it rain when you were in London?
It weirdly did not.
That's so funny. Okay.
It was like such a weird thing.
Yeah, no, that's what not the last time, but when I went to London for the first time, we had the best weather ever. And people kept being like, oh, it's beautiful. And like just gasping at the, like locals are like, the sun. And I was like, oh, it's kind of like when you go to like Portland or Seattle. And
yeah, because like, I went to Portland. I went to Portland with Jesse on a Wander Writers retreat. Because everyone was like, ooh, Twilight. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to be left at the house. Like, I'm going to go with everyone else.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it was sunny by their standards. Like there was no rain. Like it was
not
still
moody
cover, but it was so sunny by comparison. It's like, of course it is. So everyone was like, no, we can't like recreate it. I'm like, that's what filters and video editing are for.
That's so true. Yeah, that's hilarious though. Like the one time you want it to be moody and rainy.
Yeah. But I mean, even in the behind the scenes of making the first Twilight film, they said that they like filmed the external of the high school and it like needed to not be sunny, and it was a bright day, so they like with CGI just like added cloud cover, added rain, added blah 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 blah. And it's like, even if it had been raining, you don't view that on camera enough, so there always has to be fake rain.
Yeah, that's, you know what, it is interesting as someone who's done like the barest minimum of filming things. But like it will be storming outside and I'll try and film it, and I'm like, it cannot convey how hard it's raining right now. It does not pick it up. You need the like fake rain. Or the other day it was torrentially raining, and so like our gutters had just been like, there was no keeping it, so it was just and then finally I was like, oh look, this is what it looks like.
I mean, the only thing that conveys it when I've vlogged before is you hear it on the metal AC units outside my apartment. But like if I try and film out the window, that's it. Like unless I can zoom in enough on a puddle in the
ground
that you see it hitting, it doesn't convey it. And I'm just, I don't know what else to do. Because I'm not paying for a special effect pack or something to throw in Premiere Pro. I was like, I don't need people to see the rain that much. I can just say, it's raining, perfect writing weather.
Yeah, they'll trust you. We know what that means. I know, that's so true, Miss Lucy Jane. That's the hard part about visiting places, because you just get like tiny little tastes.
Okay, I'm looking up Dordogne.
I don't know where that is either.
It's in rural southwest France, according to Brave Search.
Oh, it looks gorgeous. The picture.
I mean,
love
but
any
even,
city on the water.
even where you live, though, like I've lived in New York basically my whole life, and there's still parts of it that I like don't explore until someone's like, "Let's do something in this area," and I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, that's so true. I do occasionally. I'm like, I need to, visit my city like a tourist because there's parts of it you see. I'm planning out this like road trip around Texas to visit independent bookstores and stuff. And so I was looking at Dallas, and I lived in Dallas for, however long, but it's been a decade. And I'm like, there's so many touristy things I never did here that I'm like, well, I'm back and I'm a tourist now, so maybe I should add them to my list.
Yeah.
Like, let me rediscover this city.
Sorry, I just got my finger in the cupcake that I was gonna eat.
Oh no! Ooh, what flavor?
So I have all the frosting like mashed on my fingers. It's a Magnolia Bakery cupcake. So vanilla buttercream. I'm
Yum.
simple with my cupcakes.
Yum, though. I've only had Magnolia Bakery once, I think, in Chicago, actually.
I love them, and they're like all over the city. So
Yeah, they were really good.
it used to be I only had it on publication days, which means I'm going to need one tomorrow.
Hey, tomorrow.
I know it's your birthday, but Inimitable is publishing another book.
Oh, I know. I was like, I honestly feel like you guys are gifting me something there's another book that I'm like, oh, wonderful.
I think I don't know if you've read Until the Last Page, but it's like really cute. And then this one's the sequel.
I haven't yet, but I feel like it's right up my alley. So that's why I'm like, okay,
very like it could be Hallmarky. It's also like it starts very Hallmarky, and then it becomes like Once Upon a Time / Enchanted.
Again, you're just combining things I love. Which
I know. So like I kind of want you to read it and be like, have fun with it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna start the next sprint. We're at a 5-minute multiple, so I'm actually gonna wait until 6 minutes. The little amount of chaos that we've had intentionally, other than the internet just being for me.
Yeah, that's fun random chaos.
Yeah.
Little bonus.
Yeah. Have the pets been in your office at all during the stream, or did you lock them out?
No, I locked them out this time. They're doing okay. That means that Zelda is fully splooted right outside the door, but like I can see her little shadow of her paw. She's very cute, but she doesn't want to even hang out in here anymore.
She doesn't?
Yeah, not to be like a downer with things as well, but like ever since Buffy passed, they like just Zelda doesn't want to be in here. And I'm like, oh well. So she sits outside. She hangs out there. She just like doesn't care, I guess, because she won she doesn't have to fight anyone for the beds anymore.
Yeah, she's like, now that it's mine, I don't want it.
Exactly.
It's
she's
the
like
thrill of the fight.
Literally, yeah.
Aw.
I know.
Yeah. When Riley was getting sicker, she was like, you cannot be in your individual rooms. We must all be together in the living room at all times. I must have both my humans.
She's like, I must keep an eye on you.
Yeah. When their behavior changes, we're like, no.
I know.
Okay. Not to be a downer. In 3, 2, 1. No, but expressing love for our pets, even the ones who are gone.
Exactly.
But I am going to turn off my camera so you don't see me eat my cupcake. I can't speak. It's okay. I can delete emails, but I can't speak.
Sorry. that is time on our third sprint. You guys did Zara. Oh, there's Zara.
Yep. I had to switch over from all the different windows and stuff, but
no, it's perfect. Okay, I've done a lot of research now on murder mystery, like in-person murder mystery events. I think I'm going to try and go to one in San Antonio so I can see how they structure it. And it's hosted at the supposedly haunted hotel. And so I'm kind of thinking maybe I do another version of when Becca and I stayed at one.
yeah.
So, anyways, that's what I'll do next. And then I need to see if I can like interview some of the people who created it. I don't know. I'm going to reach out. We'll see what I can come up with. But that was a research heavy sprint for me. How did you do?
I ate my cupcake. I then crocheted a little bit.
Oh, what are you crocheting?
I'm making like these little turtles, and I had started a bunch.
Oh.
Well, first of all, I have a bunch that I'm giving as gifts because Veronica King asked. I asked Veronica King if she wanted one, and she's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Do your kids and spouse want them too?" And she was like, "Sure. These colors, please." So
that's so cute.
So they're all different colors, but then I had started a bunch. Just in general, and I have like 4 that are already finished, and I'm going to put them all up in my Ko-fi shop, my individual Ko-fi shop, and just be like, I made these things because this is how I've been coping.
Yeah.
And I also need these out of my house because they are completely covering my dresser.
Yeah,
There's an army of sea turtles.
I love that. They're so cute though.
So yeah.
Oh,
the emotes.
They were so funny. That's why at one point I grabbed.
I know. I saw you lifting it up, and I was like, "Oh, what's that?"
Yeah, that's the egg and I. It's so funny. Their emote has. I don't have a butt on my guy, but this is his tag. Don't look at it. That's so funny. And then I have a miniature one I got from Japan.
Ooh.
He's also very fluffy.
Yeah, it looks fluffy.
Yes. So it feels so nice.
You have not let the dogs get to it.
Correct. Yes. And that's why it's on the bookshelf, because otherwise they would.
And Vin doesn't really go on your bookshelves anymore. I know that she was in your vlog when you were putting it together.
Yes. Yeah, she doesn't. There's not as much room. Sam has tried. He's so chonky, though, that he doesn't stay on it. So.
There's not enough of a ledge.
That's so cute.
Riley would sometimes, I would clear off this stuff here, this tray, everything, and put a little towel, like a little hand towel from the bathroom down, and she would lie on it, and we would pull those shades up, and she would people watch.
Oh, I love that. That's what we, the cats love people watching more than the dogs do, but they still love staying outside.
She always acted a little bit like a cat. Like when she was a puppy, she would try and sleep on the top of the couch. And we're like, this is not wide enough for you to be doing this safely.
That's what Zelda does. Zelda is totally she's secretly a cat, I'm convinced. And then Becca noted that she is basically the same size as the cats. She's heavier, but she's basically the same size, height-wise.
I mean, Riley had so many cat behaviors that I'm like, I think she's secretly a cat in a dog's body. But then she would like get so excited when like we came home and like bark and stuff.
You're like, nah,
there's really some dog in there because I feel like even a cat if they're excited when you come home. They like just come up to you, like brush past you, but aren't necessarily vocalizing it.
Yes, I would
When
agree
you
with
come
that.
home, they'll vocalize other times and probably in the middle of the night when you're trying to sleep. But like,
Correct. Yes.
but it's just different.
Yeah. No, that's so cute. I feel so lucky I got to meet her.
Yeah,
So.
I know. Veronica King never got to meet her, which is just crazy to me.
I know. That's the hard part about these like long distance friendships that are, they're like some of the most important relationships that you have. And yet you're like, you haven't gotten to meet my dogs. You haven't gotten to meet my,
I know. And the one time she was with me, we were just so busy that like she didn't get to meet Riley.
Yeah.
Because when Chandra came in for her event, she got to meet Riley. When Becca came in for her event, I don't remember bringing her over to meet Riley. But then when your event was here, I brought Riley over. So, yeah. So,
just so cute.
Yeah. Whereas Riley would be like, you're home. Great. Now you can attend to me.
Yeah, that's the funny part is that Zelda, half the time she's so loud, so borky as corgis are, but then the other half of the time she just kind of watches that we're coming home and is like, finally.
My staff is back.
Literally, yeah.
Ready to return to their posts.
Yeah, no, Snake is just the cutest.
Is he okay? Because Becca, the last time you you were in chat with me, and I forgot to ask you when you live streamed with me last. You had said that the 3M tape of a painting or something like failed, and something had fallen on Snake, and you said that he was fine, but like nothing else. Is he okay?
Oh my gosh, he was probably just scared. That's so funny though.
Because all of a sudden in chat, she's like, oh my God, a painting just fell on Snake. And I'm like, and she's like, he's fine. And I'm like, are we sure? Do you need to do any testing on that? Like, Riley fell off my mom's bed once in the past year. I went to stay at my apartment and my mom stacked the pillows in a way that she never had before. And so Riley fell off the bed because she like wasn't used to that being there, I guess.
Oh
and
my
she
gosh.
had no signs of any damage.
Yeah.
Which is good because she was on a blood thinner at the time. We didn't want her to get a concussion or whatever. But it was terrifying.
See, isn't it so funny? There's this arc in a lifetime where you go from, it's horrifying when they fall, when they're so young, like babies, pets, where you're like, oh my God, are they okay? And then there's this part where it's hilarious if they fall, which is where Zelda's at right now. Anytime she like doesn't make a jump up somewhere and like rebounds and falls, it's the funniest thing. And I know there's going to be a time.
When you know that they're like old enough and that like any
Oh no, I lost her again.
Are we back?
Maybe I'm frozen. Oh, okay.
We're back.
I was like, did I freeze?
Yeah, you froze and then I froze and now we're back, I think.
I think we're back, yeah.
But I think it's when they're like a baby, you're like, oh my God, this is going to mess them up for development. Are they okay? Like, blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
And it's the middle period of like, I mean, obviously you don't want them to get hurt, but it's like,
no.
It's not like going to cause brain damage. Like that's going to affect them for the rest of their life if they slip.
Yeah. And then when they're older and you're like, oh no, I remember my dad told me, he said that he realized that he was older, that he'd gotten older when I was on a bike ride with him and he fell. And I was like, like we were mountain biking. So it was like, I mean, it was a relatively intense fall. Like he'd fucked up his elbow and it was swollen for a good like 3 or 4 months after. So it wasn't just like a little fall, but he was like, oh no, this is how I know I'm old now.
Because you're reacting.
Because you're reacting like, oh no. And apparently my brother.
Yeah, because you're not thinking like, oh, it'll be fine. You know, like it sucks, but like.
Literally, apparently my brothers did the same thing to him, and he was like, God damn. How dare you children do this to me?
He was like, it was bad enough when my first child did it, but now my second and third.
Exactly. Like, ugh.
How much of a gap between you and your brothers?
David and I are less than 2 years, and then Robert is 5 years younger than me. So it's really, we're really close, all things considered.
I was going to say basically my mom and her brothers. My mom's the middle child, but I think those year gaps. No, I think my mom and her older brother is like 3 years.
Yeah.
But then the 5 years thing, which was so funny because in my head I was like, oh no, you're it's 3 ways up and 3 ways down. And she's like, no, it's not. I'm like, how did I get that wrong? For so many years in my head, I just had that.
Yeah, it's really interesting because I really don't remember life without David, but I do remember a life without Robert. And so I remember thinking Robert was like the cutest thing. And my friend and I would jokingly like parade him around when he's like all chubby and adorable, being like, he's the king. And meanwhile, David, I was like, ugh, get away from me. Because he was so like,
yeah, so like in
so
that.
close in
I mean,
age.
what's the thing? Irish twins within 2 years?
Oh, is that it? Is that how close? I mean, we were like, yeah.
I think it's called Irish twins. And the only reason I maybe know that, but don't quote me on, is because my cousin's wife, so she married into the family, she's an Irish twin. Her brother passed away a few years ago. She's a boomer. When I say cousin, it doesn't necessarily mean like first cousin around my age.
Yeah.
So I'll like say my mom's first cousins are my cousins, which they are. But, you know, so sometimes I'll say cousin and then I say a story and people are like, and I'm like, no. They're like in their 60s, 70s, whatever.
Right. I know.
But yeah. So I think she was an Irish twin.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have the same thing that I do as my parents are getting older, but like every time I see the news now and it's like some famous person has passed away and they're younger than my parent and I'm like, oh, no. Like, uh-oh. Are you looking up the Irish twin?
I am. Okay. Irish twins is supposedly 12 months.
Okay.
Supposedly Italian twins is 11. I'm very confused. I don't know where I got 2 years from.
Isn't that interesting that there's so many of the same thing within different cultures, like Italian twins?
It says apparently Irish twins is an outdated and offensive term.
Oh no!
I mean, my cousin is Irish. That's why I was okay with calling.
So you're like, technically, that's so interesting. See, I learn a new thing every day.
Okay, maybe it's offensive because it's like saying that like, oh, Irish, we're always like popping out babies.
Oh, okay. You know what? I watch Below Deck because continuing my trend of watching trash reality TV, I watch Below Deck, which is so fun. Highly recommend. But there was the previous season, the chief stew was Irish and the head cook or chef was English. And I know. Well, and that's why, and they like kind of got along until they didn't. And so it was interesting. He at one point said a phrase that I was unfamiliar with. And then it was only until I went online and saw on Reddit that the Irish people were like, I fucking knew that he had a thing against the Irish. Because of he said this and he did this. And they were like, yeah, it's still like alive and well in this culture and blah, blah, blah. And it was like, this is really like, I mean, it's illuminating. I like to know what's going on elsewhere, but like, I never would have known. So, I
mean, I've gone through genealogy with Veronica King, just like in our spare time when we're not working. And she has British and she also has Irish. And she's like, so is that why I always want to fight? Because I don't like my own ancestry.
That's so funny. Well, that's what my husband's family is Vietnamese. And I have a little bit of French in me, and we simply don't talk about that.
I know, yeah, you don't.
We're like, no. It's not.
No, you don't talk about the French and the Vietnamese.
Yeah.
Other than they both have really good food, and that's it.
Yeah, that's all we need to know currently.
I just searched French Vietnam, and it said there was a fusion restaurant.
There's a lot of fusion from those two because of
Yes.
but it is interesting because I think a lot of the Vietnamese food when I was in Vietnam, the bread was like incredible, which I think
Can I tell you
supposedly.
the name of the restaurant that's in
Please,
San Francisco? That's this.
please do. Yes.
It's funny. I mean, it's dark, but it's fun. Black humor. Le Colonial. It's
Damn. They're like, we're leaning in.
Oh no! It says they're are they closed permanently or just like because they still have hours on their website, but then they also say closed, and it's very confusing.
I'm looking it up now too.
Oh well, their website expired, so it sounds like they closed.
Oh man, on Eater San Francisco, they say canceled French Vietnamese restaurant. It's closing after a 26-year run. Oh my god.
Ooh, 26 years. I mean, that's more than a quarter of a century.
That's it. Yeah. Wow, I really should have this is fascinating.
What if you just like try to make a fusion dish and that's it. You just take your favorite things and you're like, what if I put it together? And that's like, do you still have that not challenge, goal for yourself where you like make new stuff, make new food?
Yes, I do. And in fact, it has like slightly changed because of all of my new allergies that I've discovered. And so I'm like, I really need to, but I think that would be fun. Actually, I need to go over to my husband's grandma's place. She's going to teach me how to make pho. And so I'm very excited. So maybe I can.
Because I just Googled it and the internet suggesting like you do seafood as like fusion things like crab or
That would make sense. And I'm not allergic to this.
mussels. And then, of course, there are articles that very politely call it the French influence on Vietnamese cuisine. And
Yeah,
like,
influence is a very
influence is a little bit how do I say this?
Yeah, we're whitewashing for sure.
I'm just like, I think it was a little bit more than just
influence. Yeah. Yep.
Because one is you influenced me to try Milwordy, which I did not win. Another is like a war.
Yeah, another is exactly.
Okay, we're gonna wait until the 31-minute mark because again, no 5 multiples for no reason other than I said so.
I love that. See you again.
And it'll be our final sprint, and then we can wrap up within basically a 3-hour stream.
I'm impressed.
I know, because I thought we have been very chatty, and even then we're still.
But we're like on track. We're doing good. I have to say that's mostly you since I have no control over it. So I'm impressed.
Well, if you were like, can we sprint? I would be like, yeah. Oh, so many emails from printers in the past.
Oh, wow.
I forgot that I had gotten an email. I'm not going to say it, what the contents were, but at the time it was like such an absurd email. And then I never and now I'm deleting it because it's so old and still absurd. I don't need it anymore.
That's so funny. Sometimes I take screenshots of those because I'm like, I don't need this anymore, but for posterity, I feel like it needs to be held.
I'll tell you in the private chat through StreamYard.
Yes.
Okay. Final sprint. Had Riley. If you watch the timer, I think when there are like 5 minutes left or something, she like sits up from her spot.
It's at like the 3-minute. Yeah, she adjusts.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Cute.
In 3, 2, 1. I think I had sneezed or something, so she had gotten up, and then I told her to like go back or something.
Oh, that's so cute. is time on our final sprint.
How'd you do for that sprint / for the stream?
Good. I think I'm ending at a great place on the drafting and on my research. So I feel wonderful for that. I'm hoping that tomorrow I'll get for my birthday stream, I'm hoping I'm going to get like another 2,500 words, and then I'll feel good calling this draft done. And
because I knew that was your goal, but I didn't want to be like, oh, you're actually going to make it.
And then I think I'm going to rest it and do a new outline and write out all the game mechanics. So I think that's going to be my next plan for this. And then I'll probably start up the true drafting again in August.
While that's resting after the game mechanics, will you be switching back to your co-written project, or are you?
We have been working on our co-written project all the while. So I think I'll continue to work on that. I actually, I'm basically done with my chapter, so I need to send it over and confirm. But yeah, I'll think we'll probably work on that all the while. Hopefully that does mean that I'll be faster on our co-written project so that I can get my chapters out sooner, since I'm the one that's been taking longer on it. But
yeah, because you've set yourself a deadline and you have.
Yes.
I know your co-author is also working on an individual project, but that project doesn't have a deadline, whereas your individual project does.
Yes. So it's kind of a like playing tradesies on which one goes first, goes faster. But yeah, so I'm excited. How'd you do?
I crocheted the tail and one of the fins of the next turtle.
Love.
I want to be able to put them all up on Ko-fi tonight.
Yeah.
Just so I can have that going. I did also delete more emails. But I just realized I forgot to empty the trash. So let's see how much space I saved during that last sprint.
Yes.
Okay. I feel like I deleted so much, and yet it only deleted 0.068 gigabytes of stuff. So I still have more to do, but now I'm at 7.8 of 10 gigabytes on one email instead of like 9. I don't remember because I never tracked.
Right. Yes.
But like for a few sprints of actually doing it, and then like one sprint of half-heartedly doing it, like that, I do feel good about that. And it also just makes me angry at like the ADHD of it all, where it's like, if I had just done this.
Yeah.
I didn't read the book. I still need to do that, but I also don't like want to mess up my sleep. So I think that's going to have Beyond Ever After live stream tomorrow. Read the book between that and your live stream. And then I think during your live stream, like look over my own personal outline and be like, what am I writing next?
Yeah. Okay. Wow. So, I mean, you're going to have a full day, but that's very exciting.
Yeah. I mean, the heat wave is coming tomorrow. So at least it's like, I don't have a ton of reasons to be out. And I actually think I might be going there tonight or first thing tomorrow morning. So like, hopefully by the time I come back here tomorrow, because I do want to spend Wednesday here where I can use my mom's AC, which is on her energy bill and not mine.
Yes, yes.
Because Wednesday's supposed to be worse. Like, hopefully I'll leave tomorrow after the worst heat of the day.
Yeah.
And if I have things to keep me busy inside, I won't be like, oh my God, I need to go out. What's weird is that my apartment, like I never hear horns and honking and stuff. Like there's no sound that gets into my apartment from outside. And it also like will feel cooler when it's hot out in my apartment than at my mom's apartment. But the hallway at my apartment sounds like it's all right outside my door, whereas I almost never hear my mom's neighbors unless they're literally right outside our door waiting for the elevator.
Oh my
I'm like,
gosh.
so it's a trade-off where, like, you know, you hear babies and dogs like right outside my door, but at least I don't
But no
hear
honking.
no
sirens.
honking and sirens.
Yeah.
But yeah. 438 words, even for coming in late. That's great.
That's awesome.
Oh, you said
Well, that's
webcomic script.
totally-
That reminds me, I got an email from someone for the pre-order incentive for Jesse's last book in the trilogy.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, that is exciting. It's NSFW art.
I see. Oh, so it's very exciting.
Yeah, I mean, this hasn't been, it's the flat color, but like the last thing I saw was, I think, a full month ago, if not like a month and a half ago, of like, here are the sketches. Do you approve? And I was like, Jesse, like, this is
Right.
you. Okay,
This
like
is your thing.
I'm paying for it, but these are your characters, and I have a Fantasia. So like,
Yeah.
like I've never really pictured your characters.
Oh, I
What
know.
do you
Yeah.
think? And I just scrolled through it, and hot damn.
I love that. Oh, how fun.
So I have to text her and be like, "Did you see?"
You're like, guess what?
It's an artist who did this for something else. That's why Jesse was like, "Oh, can we hire this person?" And they've
Yeah.
done webtoon stuff, and like they format it very much like that. But I will not.
Oh,
be
I love. That's awesome.
I'm not uploading it to Webtoon. I don't think you can make a private thing on there.
Yeah. I don't think you can either.
Because I think someone would be able to just pay for it. It's like, no, the whole point is that if you pre-order the book, you get it. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to figure out how to host that somewhere. Hit the midpoint plot twist of the story.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, they mostly do commissions and stuff, but I think they've posted some things on Webtoons. I used to read Lore Olympus, and then I want to say first season. It might have gone into the second book. There was just a plot point about SA that was very triggering for me, and I would read it every Sunday, and like I would then be like, oh, like that was really dysregulating for me. And my partner at the time, or my mom, or Veronica King would be like, why are you doing this to yourself? Like, this isn't good. You can stop reading. And so I did, and I never picked it up again. And now there are like 4 physical books, which are however many episodes each. So I'm
Right.
so behind, as if I haven't then read much more upsetting things in Mother Mercy and published it. So it's just,
Right.
at
But
the time, I wasn't okay to read it.
yeah, it is hard, but also it is hard to quit something that's been like your favorite thing. And then even when it's for a good reason, it can be hard to let that go. So I understand.
Because I was addicted to that. Like every Sunday, that'd be like the first thing, which was also not a good idea. Because if I knew it was dysregulating, at least like do it after I've had a nice morning. But no.
Right.
I want mine to be fun and appropriate for all ages. It's about living fashion dolls trying to become models in the real world. Cool.
Wait, that sounds incredible.
Among other things.
Among other things.
I'm like, what was that? Like the end of Barbie going to making that appointment. That was so funny. That was a good movie. I had fun.
I know. I should rewatch. It's been a while.
I never saw Oppenheimer though, because everyone's like, "Oh, Barbenheimer," and I was like, "I'm not doing that both in one day or even one weekend. That like I don't have the stamina for that." And then I just completely forgot about Oppenheimer would eventually leave theaters, so then I just haven't made the time.
You know,
But I watched Pressure twice because I loved that.
That's what I have it pulled up at your recommendation. I have such a hard time with certain historical based movies, especially when they're around a
This
war or something. Like I just have.
I think the
Uh-huh.
pacing in this is very good because it's very personal.
Okay.
And also it's a shorter movie than a lot of other movies about war. Fictional.
That is my
or
other thing.
real.
Is literally I'm like, the war movies are too long. Like, we
I know.
don't need them to be this.
Yeah, and I really don't feel like any moment dragged, right, Mom? I don't know if you heard my mom. She went, "Oh, I loved it."
I love yeah. That's so nice.
But yeah, my mom says hi. Do you want to say it louder?
Hi, Kate.
She's
I'm
like, I don't
waving
want
and
to be on
pointing.
camera. She's walking like so
Yeah.
slowly as if there's a camera behind the computer.
I love that. Yeah.
Some people in Kate's chat are saying hi, Mom. Kate's chat saying hi back to you. She said thank you. But it is 6 o'clock. I'm no longer doing I work like the French experiment where, I hard stop at 5, except the day that I cheated with you.
Yes.
But I would like to eat dinner. Kate, I know it's an hour earlier for you, but
It is also dinner time for me.
I was like, I don't know when you eat dinner, but it's certainly dinner time for me. You've got fur babies and, a partner that you probably want to spend quality time with.
Yeah.
Especially because it's your last night of being this age. And tomorrow it's your birthday. So thank you, everyone, for being here. And as I always say, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time. Bye.